Look at the size of that wheel. Hey guys, I'm at the Falkirk Wheel today. My name's Arthur, and this is my rolling vlog. As I said, the Falkirk Wheel is massive. Specifically, it's 35 metres tall. This is the equivalent of having 8 double-decker buses stacked on top of each other, which is really cool. And the design is incredible. So the journey of the Falkirk Wheel started in the 1930s. This was when there was 11 locks linked together, and it took almost a day to get from the first lock to the 11th lock, which of course wasn't practical. And due to the rise of the railway, World War I, and obviously cars, the locks went into disrepair and it actually closed in 1933. In 1994, concept for the Falkirk Wheel was considered, along with other designs such as monorail or tilting tanks, which sounds pretty strange. So there's loads of inspirations behind the design of this. This included, and I'm not joking when I tell you this, a Celtic double-headed spear, a vast turning propeller of a Clydebank built ship, the rib cage of a whale, and also the spine of a fish. Well, that's a lot of things to get inspiration from. So this whole wheel is like a giant mechano set, as parts were constructed and assembled in Derbyshire, and then it was dismantled and transported to Falkirk. It took 35 trucks full of all the parts to bring it to Falkirk. So the Falkirk Wheel contains 15,000 bolts, which has 45,000 bolt holes. And the cool thing is that each of these bolts were hand tightened, which is rather strange, but it's kind of awesome. Which led to, in 2002, when this wheel was opened, and the wheel was opened by the Queen, but the Queen didn't actually ride this when it opened because the royal security apparently thought it was too dangerous. Not the wheel itself, but the vantage points that they could have got from when the Queen was up there, from say snipers or things like that, which rather silly considering we're in Falkirk, for goodness sake. So the gondolas here hold 600 tons of water. Each 600-ton gondola holds 500,000 litres of water, which is enough to fill an Olympic-sized swimming pool. But as big and as impressive as this Falkirk Wheel is, the amount of energy it takes to actually send the wheel spinning is only 1.5 kilowatts, which is roughly the amount of energy that it takes to boil 8 kettles. Each journey only costs, in energy-wise, it only costs £4.50, which is about $7, which is not a lot at all, and actually it is free to use this wheel. Obviously I had to pay entry because it's a tourist attraction, but if I had my own boat and a waterways licence, which is kind of like a road tax, I'd be able to use this for as much times as I like for free. They started building the Falkirk Wheel in 1998. I'm now on the Falkirk Wheel. Tell you a bit about how this actually works. As we are entering this tunnel here, the upper gondola, which is up here, is lowered with water to the basin below, which is down here. And at the same time, an equal weight rises up and lifts the other gondola. And each of these gondolas, one we're in just now, and the one that's up above our heads, runs on small wheels that fit into a single curved rail fixed on an inner edge of the opening on each arm. That's a bit too technical for me. So this should be enough so that they always remain horizontal, but any sudden friction or movement may cause the gondolas that I'm in to stick or tilt. I hope that doesn't happen, but this should never happen, and they have a process on the Falkirk Wheel so that it doesn't happen. And in order to ensure that they always remain level, they have a series of cogs that are linked together which acts as a backup, and there's a series of 8-metre cogs to which one end of each gondola is attached. So hopefully that'll stop us from tilting. I hope. And you can actually see us moving up We've moved a long way since we first started. It's probably better to see from this angle. Look how far we've come. Doesn't like we're moving at all at this end. We'll be nearing the top soon. Hopefully you can see the top now. If that guy sits down, you can see a bit better view.
The clever part is that the other gondola will also weigh exactly 250 tons as well. We are evenly balanced with them, and that means that it only takes a tiny bit of energy to get us moving around the central core of the wheel. We're balancing each other out. So while you might think it would take a lot of energy to lift 250 tons of steel, water, boat and even you up the 27 metres we just came, it actually took just a small push. About the same amount of energy as boiling 8 electric kettles. That's enough for a cup of tea, each for everyone on the boat. We haven't got time for a cuppa now, but you can get one down at the visitor centre afterwards while you watch the wheel going round again. Another really clever part of the wheel are the cogs. You can't see them as they're inside the workings, but these huge jagged wheels and sensors stop us from tipping over as we move up and down around the wheel. When the designers were putting the plans for the Falkirk Wheel together, they were confident it would work on paper, but they weren't exactly sure. This is the first rotating boat lift in the world after all. So to test their theory out, they built a small-scale model out of Lego to see how it went. Fortunately, the principle worked and the design was commissioned. 30 varieties of aquatic plants, 15 species of mollusks, over 30 types of water flea, and even freshwater sponges, plus the ducks and swans. It's been known for fish to swim into the gondola at the bottom and travel up to the Union Canal with us. Of course, they displace their own weight too. And there are footpaths here as well, leading up into the woods. On the right side of the boat, as we enter the tunnel, you'll see a sign reading Rough Castle Tunnel. A castle? You can't see a castle near here. That's because we're about to travel underneath it. Well, almost. There's a Roman castle fort on the hill really quite close by. It was placed there around the year 143 AD as part of a network of military bases built by the Romans to defend the area. These forts were linked by a wall, running right the way across the width of Scotland.
The Falkirk Wheel appears to lift its head and take stock of its Scottish surroundings. It stands up proud and...
The views are incredible from up here. And our descent hasn't actually started yet. Well, hopefully it'll start soon and you'll see a better view than we got last time. That does it for me today. I really enjoyed travelling on the Falkirk Wheel. It was a really quite an interesting journey. If you like this vlog, please give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't done so already, please subscribe. I have links to my Facebook and Twitter page in the comments below, and I've also in the comments below, if you want to, I've posted my GoFundMe page because I play power chair football and I'm fundraising for my sports power chair, which is suitable for the game and my current power chair isn't. So if you want to help me with that, the link's down below as well. I've got many more adventures to come, but for now, it's time for me to roll on to my next adventure.